Hey guys, as you can see I have straight hair today. That is because every November I get my yearly silk press to get my ends trimmed. So this video this week will be a little different. It will still be natural hair related, but it will not be a demonstration. Instead, this week will be kind of like a Q&A segment, I guess you could say. I had a few people ask me some questions, and I figured why not use this week to do it since I'm unable to demonstrate anything for you with my hair. So one of the questions I get asked the most will probably be, how did I regrow my hair after having my son, and if I lost any hair? So to answer that question, yes, I lost a lot of hair after I had my son, like to the point where I washed my hair for the first time and it's coming out in clumps. I had clumps of hair coming out and I cried in the shower because I had lost my edges. I felt like I didn't have any hair. Like I literally felt bald. And so that was a struggle for me. And so I kind of had to relearn my hair as well as figure out how to fix my hair. I don't know if you guys know, but I've never actually had, like a stylist or a beautician that's taking care of my hair for me. I've basically been doing it for myself of about 2 years ago when I met my stylist who does my silk press. Side note, kind of sidebar, follow her on Instagram, Hair by Shira, Shera, She is in Gwinnett. She's the only one I trust with my silk presses, and if you know me, you know it's hard for me to trust anyone with my hair, so she's the truth. And she also does weaves and all that other good stuff too, so it's not just silk presses. So get at my girl. But so the biggest thing for me that helped with my hair growth after having my son was Jamaican black castor oil, and I started using it based off the recommendation from my sister, who's a cosmetologist, and she was telling me how it helps you regrow your hair and your edges and all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, I mean, what do I have to lose? I've already lost my hair, so why not try it, right? And so I went to the beauty supply store because she was not specific. And of course, there are like 15 million different kinds of Jamaican black castor oil. So I essentially probably bought 5 of them, maybe 3 to 5 that I actually liked and I stuck with. And so the brand is not, you don't have to be specific with the brand, but I got this one. I also had this one, and then there's also this one, and this Jamaican mango and lime is the brand that I mainly used. And then depending on which beauty supply store you go to, they may have this brand here. So I wasn't brand specific, but I wanted to make sure I was getting Jamaican black castor oil. And so as you saw, I showed you 3 different ones. This tea tree oil is really good to do hot oil treatments, so that's what I recommend this one for. And then the flaxseed oil, I would actually put this on my hair because it's not as heavy as the argan. This is a heavy oil, so I don't recommend using this one as often, but this one I would use on my hair every week. Every time I did a wash and go, or every time I washed it, I was using this on my hair, on my edges. Like I probably bathed my entire head in Jamaican black castor oil. And that's really what got my hair back thick, gave me my edges back, because I actually lost my edges. Like, it was bad, y'all. I'll put a photo on the end so you can kind of see like my transformation, like before my son, after my son, and then when I finally got my hair back. But that is what I will tell you was the key to growing my hair back for when I had my son, because I was bald. So the other question I always get is, what do I put in the spray bottle that I have that you saw in my midweek refresher video. If you haven't watched that one, go watch it, as well as my wash and go. But I have seen people recommend putting water, leave-in, and an oil in there. I only put water and a leave-in, so I'll get cold water, and then I'll just get a leave-in. It's not brand specific, like you don't have to be super picky about it, but these are the two that I have used in my spray bottle that I have now, and it's just the African Pride, and you can get this from like a Dollar General or something. And then this is the same brand that made the castor oil, so you can get this from a beauty supply store. So I'll put some of that in the bottle, like just to where it fills up the bottom line, and then I'll fill it halfway with water, shake it up, boom, that's it. Nothing fancy, nothing extra. It's pretty basic, and that is what I use after I do a wash and go. If my hair has dried a little bit and I just need it damp to finish my process of putting on my products. Putting my products on my hair. I'll just spray it with the leave-in in the water to kind of get it damp. Or if I need to detangle, I'll use that, and then the knot on my watch, as you saw in the other video as well. But like I said, I don't put any oil in there in my spray bottle. You can if you choose to, but just make sure like it's the bare minimum, because as we know, oil and water don't mix well, and so you're gonna kind of get separation anytime you're not using it, and you're gonna constantly have to shake up the spray bottle if you want to use that. So just be careful if you put oil in the spray bottle with your conditioner and your water. So I also get questioned a lot about what do I use to detangle my curls, and you have a few options. I just say find what works for you, because just because it works for me and my curls doesn't mean it's going to work for yours. Me, I love my wide tooth comb, like love it, love it, love, 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 love it. But I'm also noticing as my hair gets longer, it's not really agreeing with me, so I'm probably gonna switch it up next time and see if my other brush works better. But for now, this is my love. And then they have these detangling brushes specifically. This is what I use for my son's hair, because his hair is really coily, obviously, because it's never been processed at all. It works really well. And then you can just get like, this is really old, sorry, you see the teeth are all separated, but you could also get a wet brush. These aren't specific, these aren't going to always work or gonna all work. You have to find what works for you. They're all wonderful, actually. And even with this wet brush, like if you have straight hair, it's easy to wrap your hair with it as well as unwrap it. So this could be for multiple uses. But I love all three of them. So it's really specific onto what you want to use. I say try everything until you figure out what you like. That way you know what works for your hair. So just buy all of them. So along with making sure you have the right detangling tool for you. I'm so clumsy. And I feel like every video I drop something. Every time I make a video, I'm dropping something. Every time. I need to work on that. But along with making sure you have the right detangling tool, you want to make sure we're not, listen to me, listen, do not dry your hair with a bath towel. If you do, I will come find you. And I will smack you in the head with my detangler brush. Do not dry your hair with the bath towel. Okay? So, now that that's out of the way, a lot of times I will just get a tank top a clean one, like one that's been washed and all that, not one that you had on last week. Tank top. Squeeze and dry my hair. But that's just because, like I said before, I don't like shopping, and so I haven't bought a terry cloth for my hair. Probably need to get one. I'll tell y'all how it is once I get it. But do not dry your hair with the towel that you dry off with in the shower. I warn you, don't do it. So along with that, you have to make sure you are not going to bed with wet hair, okay? Do not sleep on wet hair. I'm guilty of doing it before, but it's not healthy. Don't do it. And you also want to make sure you're not sleeping on cotton, because you're rubbing your hair strands up against the cotton and it's breaking your follicles. And so your hair is breaking off. Even if you don't notice it, your hair is breaking off when you sleep. If you're sleeping straight on cotton, like hair to cotton, horrible idea. So you have a few options. They all involve satin. So I'll let you decide how you want to do it, but get you a satin bonnet. Doesn't matter who you buy it from, where you get it from. I don't care what it looks like. The inside of the bonnet that is touching your hair needs to be satin. Okay? Your hair is bougie. Okay, think of it like that. Your hair is bougie and it needs satin. If you're not sleeping with satin on your hair, you need a satin pillowcase. I don't care what your sheets look like. If you're a wild sleeper, you may need to get satin sheets as well, but sleep on a satin pillowcase. Your hair will thank you and you will love it. So, you need satin. Your hair is bougie. Understand? No hair on cotton, no, what do they call those? Wave caps on, like, no. Satin is the magic word for today. Okay? It's the sight word of the day. Satin. Satin bonnet, satin scarf, satin pillowcase, satin sheets. Get your hair some satin and it will stop breaking off. Okay? Another thing, do not overwork your hair. Don't always have your hands in your hair. Don't overwork your hair, because that will also break your hair off. So if you decide on Sunday you're gonna have a wash day and you're gonna do a wash and go, make sure during the week you're doing what you have to do to maintain it without having to touch it all week, because that will also break your hair off. You have to leave your hair alone and let it do what it wants to do, which is why you have to make sure when you are in your hair and you're doing stuff to it, you do everything you need to do. You make sure it's moisturized, you make sure it's detangled, because it's not an everyday thing. If you touch your hair every day, it's probably the reason it's not growing. Your hair needs routine, and it truly does not take a lot of work. Well, that's not true. It takes a lot of work with each process, but it's not going to require you to constantly be doing things to your hair. You can't be touching your hair every day or wanting to put a lot of stretch on it or twist it out every day or do a braid out every day, because all that wear and tear on your hair is going to tear your hair out. So don't always have your hands in your hair, because your hair won't grow. And I say this because I'm not like an expert, but when I tell you I have been the sole caretaker of my hair for the past 4 or 5 years, like, I have been having to find what works to make my hair grow. Like this length, I have been trying to get for years, but because I never actually took care of my hair and I was overworking my hair, it never wanted to grow. And so for the past couple years, I've truly dedicated my time to my hair to get it to grow, to get it to do what I want it to do, to get it to a length. Like, this still isn't my goal. Like, my hair is bra strap length, and I'm still, like, by the end of the year, I said I wanted to be bra strap. I'm already there. It's November. So I'm already starting my new goal to get it down to my waist. So that's going to be interesting to watch through videos as my hair transitions, but just make sure you're sleeping on satin, pillowcase, bonnet, scarf, whatever. If you want your hair to grow, keep your hands out of it. Don't always touch your hair. Find products that work for your hair. You have to learn whether your hair is low porosity, high porosity, what texture your hair is. Is it 3C? Is it 4A? Is it 4C? Like, you literally have to learn your hair in order to get it to grow and for it to do what you want. Your hair is essentially like a plant. You have to take care of it and you have to know it, because all plants don't require the same thing, if that makes sense. So your hair may not necessarily require what mine does, and my hair may not necessarily require what yours does, but you have to learn your hair. I am here not to tell you what to do with your hair, but to give you the steps to take care of your hair and to get it where you want it. I could be like a little guru. Is that what they call them? A guru? Maybe. Whatever. You know what I mean? So just be patient. Like, that is the biggest advice I can give you. Be patient. When I tell you I was looking at my hair, like, I'm putting in all this work, nothing's happening, I'm still bald. Or I feel like I'm bald. Look at my curls, like, it's not even really curled. Like, what am I doing? And then you get to a place where you can look back at your hair and you see the process that you went through, and you're super thankful, and you really realize, like, your hard work did not go in vain. Is how that's how I felt like when I see like my throwback photos. Like, oh my God, I'm so thankful. And I'm not gonna stop. Like, now that I've seen with my own eyes the transition of my hair and working my hair and getting it to where I want it, and I'm still not done, like, it's amazing. Stressful, I will not lie, it's stressful, and it took me years to get my hair like this. So you just have to be patient, because as soon as you give up, your hair is gonna give up. Like, you have to be consistent, you have to have a routine, you have to have a schedule, and you have to maintain it. Like, it is going to be a process, but you have to maintain it or you will never get your hair where you want it. So that's pretty much all I have for this week. Like I said, if you have any questions, like always, hit me up in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you always stay up to date on my videos, you don't miss one. Let me know, guys. Like I said, I'm open. I'm not gonna be that person that doesn't show you what you want to see, because there could be something you want and it's not crossing my mind because of where I am in my hair phase. So just let me know, and I'll see y'all next week.